Morning. Hello, everybody.
How are we doing?
We're doing a quick one today because we are in a lot of meetings. Unfortunately, it's been one of those days.
It's only 8 a.m. GMT, and it's already one of those days.
Definitely. But let's jump in. We won't waste any time or anything like that. Let's have a look because I see there's some setups already forming on EU, and it will be great just to go through them quickly.
Yeah. So strengths are looking like they're suggesting the same. So we've got a nice bit of strength in the CAD and the Euro. A lot of weakness in the Japanese yen after last week. We've had a little bit of news overnight, if I'm not mistaken, and we've got some news coming in an hour on the Euro. So yesterday, I think we had some news on New Zealand dollar. So let's jump straight into it, and let's have a look at where we are on. Do you want to look at Euro USD, or do you want to look at gold?
Let's go through them all. Yeah, let's have a look at gold. Yeah. I've gone through a basic thing, but let's go through them all.
So gold is still hovering after Friday, where it pretty much just ranged really. Friday is still holding this level at this 61.20. So at the moment looks good for sells actually, because it's got this engulfing candle to the downside, and it's creating a second one on the 5 minute, and potential actually on the 1 minute doesn't look as convincing, but potentially some sells, possibly just down, but it looks actually like it's still going to be bullish at the moment. Let's go down to EU. Ooh, EU looks good. EU looks nice. You thinking sells for EU?
I'm actually looking. The sell has already been missed. So if I was going to sell, it would have been back to that 200 EMA on the 5 minute, which has already been missed out. So I'm looking for the long, and I'm looking for the long around about the 480 mark. So that's where I'll be looking for the long on that. So into around that area, and yeah, that's where I'll be looking for a long. Because if we're looking at the daily, I'm still looking for a retest. Well, I'm still looking for price to come up and fill in that area, area in between the 200 and the EMAs where we're at now. We've got a little bit of strength on the Euro. So I'm looking for it to take up that high, literally the one that you've just marked out. Yeah. So break, I'm looking for a retest of the 480 zone, and then a continuation up to take out that prior high that you've marked out on your screen there. So that's actually the play that I'm going to be looking for. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult day just because there's going to be so much live streaming and stuff like that. I'm taking Victor's doing some of the courses for Alpha Beta today, so I'm taking his live stream spots.
Yeah, I saw that. Fiverr's viewers are going to get a treat today. They got how many hours of Alex?
Oh, they've got all day.
I mean,
haven't I got enough work to do today? But no, I'm not joking. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. So that's the play that I'm looking for that. What about, let's have a look at pound. Pound looks a little bit weaker.
Let's have a look. Yeah, pound looks like it's falling much harder at the moment. So pound. Oh, let me delete that. Pound on the 1 hour. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's still more room for it to come down, I think. I don't know.
It's already touched that 200 EMA on the.
Yeah.
It's already touched that 200 EMA on the daily. So this is quite a nice, healthy, in my opinion, a nice, healthy rejection. I would say if we had the 50 fib on that impulsive candle to the upside, so that impulsive,
this one,
the impulsive candle from the low, from the low to the high, I'll be looking at longs around the 618 and the 50 on pound of that area, that's really probably where it's at right now. So just giving it a little bit more time, and see what happens with the
daily. Looking for it to come back to retest this zone here, which looks like a nice area actually. I could see it retesting to the 1261 area.
And the reason why, if it tests down there, I wouldn't want to get into the trade, because for me that would have been a break of market structure, and for me that would be a sign that I probably wouldn't want to get into that trade. Hi JP, but Euro definitely looks better. Euro definitely looks a lot better.
What I do like on pound is this setup here on the 5 minute. So you've got price came up, indecision candle, engulfing, inside bar, and then an engulfing again, and off it went. And it's made a massive, massive move. And that was this morning, early doors. So that was Asia session high. It could well be taken, or given the fact, remember I said to you that sometimes an engulfing candle that doesn't hold still has a lot of strength. So if you see this one here, that one there, it's not a significant engulfing candle, but it is somewhere where price changed direction. And if you see, that's where the 200 EMA is. So I mean, there's part of me that feels as though with the current geopolitical situation, the way that Trump is handling everything and everything that's going on, I somehow feel like some rules are going to go out the window, where we might see less obvious setups, maybe. I don't know. There's just something about the way the markets are acting around the US dollar at the moment. It just feels as though everyone's still trying to get a feel for what's going on. I mean, the guy's been in power for a month, and it's just been pandemonium. If we go to the daily, are we looking at US dollar weakness coming in? Yes, I guess we are.
Yeah, if that was on a 5 minute, our target would be that 200 EMA. So I'm definitely short the dollar at the moment. So definitely throughout today, I'll be looking to short the dollar, and I'll be looking to also long euro. Euro hasn't exactly come into my area just yet. It's got a little bit further down to actually go, but as soon as I see the type of local market structure change. What is that? What have you got on there?
That's CAD JPY. I told you. Look at the strengths.
CAD JPY looks really nice. Long.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah. That's a setup for me there. I love how you go through the ones that I just don't. I'm doing my analysis.
Just call me your signal maker, all right?
I will.
Well, this week I'm licking my wounds because, well, as we spoke about on Friday, with our over trading and our lack of discipline, my lack of discipline got the better of me, and I'm down to my last $4 on my phase 2 of my 5k. So very, very frustrated with myself. But you mentioned something last week that when you get to that point, I can't remember which stream it was, you said that when you get to that point, you would rather just blow the account 100%. Rather than try and bring it back. Is that true?
Yeah.
Even if you're on a phase 2?
Yeah, even if you're not going to... How much have you got left?
$4.
No point. No point.
Yeah.
No point. No point. The waste of time. You're better off getting another challenge, locking in, and starting again afresh. You made the mistakes. That's just one of those things. I really do think. I really do think that the over trading. I was about to do a video on this. I was going to release it this week, but the over trading. There's like 3 common habits or 3 common triggers. Sorry, one of them is like the addiction to the dopamine of being in a trade. So that's one. There's another one that is boredom, and the other one would be, I would say, boredom, addiction, and I write them down because these are ones that I've had issues with in the past. Okay. Yeah, sorry, there you go. I had to read my own notes for this. But all comes down to the addiction to either dopamine, the overconfidence after winning streaks or winning trades, and then boredom. And it's like, for me, those are 3 of my triggers, and they cause the over trading that then causes the blown accounts.
Yeah.
So you just got to find out what your trigger is. Maybe as well, out of those boredom trades or out of those trades that you're taking that are like the punts, that I also do those kind of punts. Maybe at the end you're like trying to grip onto like that cheap dopamine, and when you're tired, you want to get back into another trade, and that could be another reason why you're getting into these trades that are suboptimal, because you want to be in a trade for some reason. Because I've found all of that stuff happened to me. They still happen to me. Thanks for the trade on CAD JPY. I am long on that one.
Alrighty, I'm holding off for now, only because we've got a lot of liquidity further down here. So, and we've got 2 big engulfing candles, not only on the 15 but on the 11 and the 7, not so much. The 5 was a big one. So I just want to see what the reaction is from this area here, because this is also an engulfing to the upside on the 1 hour. So I'm just waiting to see what happens if we're going to come down and retest this area. Because where's your stop? Are you down here, or are you further lower?
Yeah, so I would take, my stop is 105.13.
105.13.
So underneath the
Okay.
low.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm still going to hold off for now, just because I want to. I mean, there's certainly stuff to potentially target for higher up. I mean, we're pretty well overextended if you look at it on the 4 hour. But we've still got this zone here that's quite a big one. So it might be, again, this is something where I need to check the ATR actually, because that's what I didn't do previously. Hang on. Not enough indicators. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the ATR. Yeah, so it's what, 1.1. So it's not necessarily going to make the big move today. So it might just be, like you say, that move today could just be, I don't know. I think there's a trade there. I'm just not sure if it is long.
Well,
because it's pushing down now.
Pushing down quite heavily. So it either comes out, takes me out on that, or it pushes up right now. But a stop is in the right area.
Yeah.
So, could be a sticky one.
Yeah. It just, I mean, you've just got a lot of strength on the higher time frames. Look at that 45-minute candle. That big one there. Pretty powerful. And there is definitely liquidity further down. So there might be opportunities for sells more than for buys. Just looking at that, you see how it's done, how it's reacted. So it's touched the 200 EMA on the 5 minute a couple of times. It's broken out of it, but then it's really just shot straight back down a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
what is that on the 5 minute?
That's on the 5 minute, yeah. So I'd be waiting to see what the reaction is once we get to this area before I make any decisions.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm probably gonna now it's not respecting that area. Yeah, it's about to take me out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it took me out. So that's the first loss for today.
I didn't tell you which way to go. To be fair, I just told you have a look at CAD JPY.
No. On the 15,
it was a good setup.
On the 15 minute, that was definitely my setup right there.
Yeah, the only thing that I didn't like was these two, one here and one here. Those two engulfing candles on the 15 minute to the downside were so strong that it just looked like massive momentum coming in and sellers taking over. I'm curious actually, what would it have been on? So we started here. Yeah, look at that. It came exactly to 50 on the on that move down. It's come back up and it's pushing straight through, and it's literally tapped almost to the pipette, the 50 EMA. So the 50 on the fib. And if I do it on the normal fib, then it's probably even nicer. Yeah, see, look, it hovered around the 6180, came up to the 50, and then it's just pushed back down. So, or I would ordinarily expect it to come to the 3820, but it maybe just wants to retest these lows first. So we'll see. Who else we got in viewing? We've got 3 viewers, but I don't know who they are. We've got JP. Anyone else in with us today? You'll have to forgive my sniffleness. I've been battling all weekend against whatever my kids have given me this time. So yeah. But yeah, that's CAD JP1. Let's have a look at the crypto world. Crypto. Well, obviously there was the news on Friday about the Bybit hack, which, I mean, it didn't really do that much. I don't know what you think, but it didn't. This is
I don't. Yeah.
You know, look at it. Okay, what happened? So this was the news, right? That came out. So yeah, it sold off, but it didn't even break these lows from Tuesday last week.
Yeah.
It didn't suddenly create this massive fear factor. So I'm still long on crypto generally, and I'm still holding my bags. Some of them are doing quite nicely now. Sui's back up, coming down from these lows. Sui's back up. Memdex is up. So we're looking good. We're looking good. The only one that I do have a bag of, and this one just doesn't look good at all, is Supra, which I'm a bit annoyed about. But alas, you can't win them all. So very quickly look at the NAS. Look at that. Look at that for a move. Expected it to react off this zone, but it's actually pushed past it. So I think that's now invalidated, in fairness. That's this morning on the NAS. Very, very, very bearish move. Wow. Look at that open.
Your USD is really pushing down.
Yeah.
It really is pushing down.
Let's have a look. Oh, wow, yeah. Are you in on a trade on Euro USD or not?
No. I haven't triggered it yet.
Yeah, I'd be in 2 minds about what to get in on this. Because again, look at that move down. It'll come back for sure. But if you look at the EMAs crossing over themselves on the 15 minute. Yeah. Wow. As I said, look at that. The euro's lost its strength all of a sudden. And the dollar's starting to build up. The dollar was down here a minute ago. and now all of a sudden, CAD JPY is still the one with the biggest divergence. But that's where we're looking quite interesting. On the 4 hour, JPY is showing strength, Euro is just showing massive amount of weakness on the 4 hour strength scores. So and the pound as well. So it looks like the dollar this morning is showing some strength. So we'll see how that plays out over the course of the week as well. Just in terms of news that we've got, so we've still got that Euro news in 39 minutes. The rest of the day, there's nothing else. There's nothing else really happening on any of the assets. So we've got the CPI for January for the Euro, but other than that, there's nothing else for the rest of the day. So really this morning, there's a couple of news items, and then everything else is just technical analysis, I think. Same for tomorrow. There's no high impact news. It's only when we get into Wednesday that we then have some Aussie dollar, some Euro, and some dollar before we then hit the jobless claims and the durable goods for the dollar on Thursday. And then Friday, we've then got retail sales for Germany and for the Swiss before we head into German CPI on Friday as well, which will be interesting to watch. Inflation for so Euro is going to be a big one on Friday, and then we've got PPI on Friday as well for the dollar, and then waiting for next week's NFP, which will obviously be the big one to keep an eye on for.
Definitely. All right then, dudes.
Yeah.
That is going to be it for this morning, and we will be back. We'll be going into the Fiverr stream as well, and we'll see you soon. See you later.
Cheers, guys.